What if I told you that waking up again and again in the middle of the night to use the bathroom is not just annoying, it's a warning sign your body has been trying to send you for months? Most people ignore it. They think, it's normal, maybe I drank too much water, maybe it's just age. But here's the truth no one is telling you. If you're waking up 2, 3, even 4 times every night just to pee, your sleep is being silently destroyed, your energy is dropping, and your body is slowly going out of balance. And the worst part? It's not supposed to happen. Not like this. Because healthy sleep means staying asleep, not constantly waking up, checking the clock, dragging yourself to the bathroom, and then struggling to fall asleep again. This cycle, night after night, is draining your brain, your heart, even your hormones. That's why so many people wake up tired, irritated, and mentally foggy, without realizing the real cause is what's happening at night. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people try random solutions. They stop drinking water completely. They take medications. They blame their bladder. But none of that fixes the real problem, because the issue often has nothing to do with just your bladder. It could be your habits, your timing, even something you're doing right before bed that is quietly triggering this problem every single night. And once you fix that one thing, everything changes. You sleep deeper, you wake up refreshed, and those frustrating night trips start disappearing. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's causing this, and the simple thing you should start doing tonight before bed to stop it. No complicated routines, no expensive treatments, just a small change that can completely transform your nights. So before you go to sleep tonight, make sure you watch this till the end, because what you're about to learn might be the reason you finally get a full night of uninterrupted sleep again. Most people think waking up at night to pee is just a small inconvenience, something normal that comes with age or drinking water before bed. But what they don't realize is that this repeated interruption is slowly damaging one of the most important systems in their body, their sleep cycle. Every time you wake up, even for a few minutes, your body is pulled out of deep sleep. That deep sleep is where your brain resets, your hormones balance, and your body repairs itself. When that cycle is broken again and again, your body never fully recovers. That's why you might wake up in the morning feeling tired, even if you spent 8 hours in bed. Your body was there, but your rest was not. Your brain stays in a semi-alert state, your heart rate doesn't fully slow down, and your stress hormones remain slightly elevated. Over time, this creates a chain reaction. You feel more fatigued during the day, your focus drops, your mood becomes unstable, and even simple tasks start to feel heavier than usual. Now here's what makes it more serious. When your sleep is constantly interrupted, your body also starts struggling to regulate fluids properly. Instead of managing urine production in a balanced way, it begins to send signals at the wrong time, especially during the night. This is why many people notice the problem getting worse over time. What starts as waking up once can quickly turn into 2 or 3 times every single night. And it doesn't stop there. Poor sleep caused by frequent urination can affect your blood pressure, your metabolism, and even your immune system. Your body becomes less efficient at handling everyday stress, and your energy levels continue to drop. Many people blame aging for this, but in reality, it's the repeated sleep disruption that is quietly draining their system. The most frustrating part is that people often try to fix the wrong thing. They assume the bladder is the problem, so they reduce water intake or rely on quick fixes. But the truth is, in many cases, the bladder is just reacting to something else happening inside the body. Something small, something unnoticed, something that keeps triggering this cycle every night. And once you understand what that trigger is, and how it affects your body before you even fall asleep, you begin to see why this problem keeps happening again and again, and why fixing it requires a completely different approach than what most people think. Most people believe the problem starts in the bladder, but in reality, it often begins much earlier, in the hours before you even go to sleep. Your body follows a natural rhythm, a built-in timing system that controls when you feel alert, when you feel tired, and even how your kidneys manage fluid balance. When that rhythm is disturbed, even slightly, it can send mixed signals throughout your body, especially at night. One of the biggest hidden triggers is what you do in the evening. The timing of your meals, the types of drinks you consume, even your screen exposure and stress levels all play a role. For example, consuming caffeine, tea, or sugary drinks late in the day can stimulate your system longer than you expect. Even if you fall asleep, your body remains more active internally, which can increase urine production and make your bladder more sensitive during the night. Then there's the issue of fluid timing. It's not just about how much you drink, but when you drink it. Many people stay dehydrated during the day and then try to catch up in the evening. This creates a sudden load on your kidneys right before bedtime, forcing your body to process excess fluid while you're trying to sleep. As a result, your bladder fills faster at night, waking you up repeatedly. Another overlooked factor is your body's hormone balance. Normally, your body releases a hormone at night that reduces urine production so you can sleep uninterrupted. But certain habits, like irregular sleep schedules, high stress, or late-night eating, can interfere with this process. When that happens, your body doesn't get the signal to slow things down, and urine production continues at a higher rate while you sleep. Stress is another silent contributor. Even if you don't feel anxious, your body can remain in a heightened state of alertness due to daily pressures, overthinking, or screen overstimulation. This affects your nervous system and keeps your body from fully relaxing. When your body isn't completely at rest, it's more likely to wake you up for minor signals, including the urge to urinate. Over time, these small habits stack up. What seems harmless on its own becomes a pattern that your body repeats night after night. Your system gets used to waking up, your bladder becomes more reactive, and your sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. The cycle continues, not because something is seriously wrong, but because your body has adapted to the routine you've unknowingly created. Once you start recognizing how these triggers work together, you begin to understand that the solution isn't about forcing your body to hold urine longer. It's about resetting the signals your body receives before sleep, so everything can function the way it was originally designed to. Most people try to solve nighttime urination by focusing on quick fixes, but the real shift happens when you start changing what your body experiences in the final hour before sleep. This is the window where your system decides how the night will unfold. If your body enters sleep in a calm, balanced state, everything slows down naturally. Your heart rate, your breathing, and even how your kidneys process fluids. But if you go to bed with your system still active or overloaded, that imbalance carries into the night and keeps waking you up. The key is to guide your body into what can be called a low activity mode before you lie down. This doesn't require anything complicated, but it does require consistency. Start by gradually reducing fluid intake at least 1 to 2 hours before bed, rather than cutting it off suddenly. Your body responds better to a gentle slowdown than an abrupt stop. This allows your kidneys to process what you've already consumed before you fall asleep, reducing the pressure on your bladder later in the night. At the same time, you want to create signals of relaxation. Dimming lights, stepping away from screens, and avoiding stimulating content helps your brain shift into rest mode. When your brain relaxes, your nervous system follows, and your body becomes less reactive to minor triggers. Even something as simple as sitting quietly, stretching lightly, or taking slow, deep breaths can lower internal activity and prepare your body for uninterrupted sleep. Another powerful adjustment is making sure you fully empty your bladder right before bed. Not in a rushed way, but completely and calmly. Many people go to the bathroom quickly without allowing their body to fully release. That small leftover volume can be enough to trigger another urge during the night. Taking an extra moment ensures your bladder starts the night as empty as possible. Your sleeping position and environment also matter more than most people realize. A cool, comfortable room encourages deeper sleep, which makes your body less likely to wake up for minor signals. When you're in deeper sleep stages, your brain filters out unnecessary interruptions, including mild bladder signals that would otherwise wake you. What makes this approach effective is that it works with your body instead of against it. You're not forcing your system to hold more. You're helping it need less during the night. As these small changes become a routine, your body begins to adjust. Your sleep becomes deeper, your awakenings become fewer, and your nights feel more restful without you having to think about it. Over time, what once felt like a constant interruption slowly fades into the background, replaced by longer, uninterrupted stretches of sleep that allow your body to fully recover and recharge the way it was meant to. As your nights begin to improve, something else starts to shift that most people don't expect. It's not just about waking up less to use the bathroom. It's about how your entire body begins to feel different during the day. When your sleep becomes deeper and more continuous, your brain finally gets the chance to complete its full recovery cycle. This means you wake up clearer, more focused, and with a steady level of energy instead of the usual ups and downs. Your mood starts to stabilize. That constant irritability or mental heaviness begins to fade because your body is no longer running on broken rest. Even your ability to handle stress improves. Situations that once felt overwhelming start to feel manageable, simply because your system is no longer exhausted. This is the hidden impact of uninterrupted sleep. It quietly strengthens your resilience without you even noticing it at first. Physically, your body also becomes more balanced. Your heart rate settles into a healthier rhythm, your blood pressure becomes easier to regulate, and your metabolism starts functioning more efficiently. When sleep improves, your body processes fluids, nutrients, and hormones in a more controlled way. This directly reduces the chances of nighttime disruptions returning, because the internal signals that once triggered frequent urination are no longer out of sync. Another important change happens in your habits. When you experience a few nights of proper rest, you naturally begin to protect that feeling. You become more aware of what helps your sleep and what disturbs it. Without forcing yourself, you start making better choices in the evening, adjusting your fluid timing, reducing unnecessary stimulation, and creating a calmer environment before bed. These small decisions reinforce the progress you've already made. Confidence also begins to return. Many people who deal with frequent nighttime urination start to feel frustrated or even anxious about going to sleep, expecting to be woken up again and again. But once the pattern starts breaking, that fear disappears. You go to bed with a sense of ease, knowing your body is no longer working against you. This mental shift alone makes it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. What's powerful about this transformation is that it doesn't rely on extreme changes. It comes from understanding your body's signals and responding to them in a simple, consistent way. Over time, your system relearns how to manage the night properly, reducing unnecessary wake-ups and restoring a natural sleep flow. And as this new pattern becomes your normal, you start to realize that the problem you once accepted as unavoidable was never meant to be part of your life. It was simply a signal waiting to be understood and corrected. The final piece that most people overlook is consistency. Not intensity, not perfection, just consistency. Because even the best changes won't work if they're only followed for a day or two and then forgotten. Your body doesn't respond to one good night. It responds to patterns. It learns from repetition. And when you repeat the right signals night after night, your system begins to reset itself in a way that feels almost automatic. Think about how this problem started. It didn't happen overnight. It built slowly through habits, timing, and small triggers that added up over time. In the same way, the solution also builds gradually. Each night you guide your body into a calmer, more balanced state before sleep. You're reinforcing a new rhythm. Your brain starts to expect uninterrupted rest. Your kidneys begin adjusting fluid processing more efficiently. Your bladder becomes less reactive. Everything starts aligning again, not because of a single fix, but because of repeated signals. One of the most powerful things you can do is keep your sleep and evening routine stable. Going to bed at the same time, slowing down your activities in the same way, and following the same pre-sleep habits trains your body to recognize when it's time to rest deeply. Over time, this predictability reduces internal confusion and helps your system switch into night mode more smoothly.